the 1-1, and the Deucey swings and sends a high fly ball to right. Back going Chavez. He's at the warning track to the wall. Song! Here's the 3-2. Swing, fly ball, deep left field. Back going Bus. He's still going back. It's over his head. It rolls up against the warning track. It's going to win the game. Rounding third and scoring is Nate Sampson, and the Smokies have won it.
What do you say and welcome in? Hi everybody, this is Smokies Insider, and I'm Mick Gillispie. On our show today, Roger Hoover will sit down with Brooks Raley. We'll go to the batting cage and try to help you improve your swing. But first, we'll be joined by Smokies manager Buddy Bailey, as he tells us of his time in Durham back in 1986 while they were researching the movie Bull Durham. In 1988, the movie Bull Durham aired and became an instant classic. What a lot of people don't realize is that in 1986, Smokies manager Buddy Bailey was skippering the Durham Bulls. And one day, Buddy, you got a visit from the owner of the Durham Bulls, and he asked you for some help.
Well, Miles Wolff, who people would probably know now, owns Baseball America and has done a lot of publication, was the owner of the Durham Bulls at the time. And I can't remember, somewhere midway through the season, he walked in one day and said, "Buddy, I have a guy here in the next couple of days wants to come in and talk to you. What time's convenient?" And he wants to make a movie about minor league baseball. And I said, "Okay, Miles, anything you need." So I usually get to the ballpark at 1, and he brought Ron Shelton in one day, and we started talking, and he'd come in 2, 3, 4 days in a row at a homestand, sit, and we'd talk about situations and things in baseball, baseball life, and all the things like that. And then when we went on the road that week, he went all over down around the Carolinas, and that's most where all the movie was filmed, in Greensboro, over in Asheville, Durham's ballpark. So when we were gone, he went and checked out and got his own ideas, I guess, what he wanted to do for the filming aspects. And then with the questions and all, the next homestand we talked some more, and then I didn't see him. And at the same time, when Miles said, "Oh, he's a playwright, he's going to make a movie," and you kind of think, okay, well, this is something new. Let's see if it's legit. And then next thing you know, we talked, he got it all together, wrote it out. And then in the fall of '87, they went back to the old Durham ballpark in the fall. If you notice, you can see people's breath, but it was like in October, 1st of November, they did the actual filming. And then they edited it and put it out. And then in the summer of '88 is when it came out, and people just got overwhelmed by it. And it's a lot of truth in the movie, a lot of things that really happened, how it is on the bus and some of the activities. At the same time, at the very beginning, that's not really accurate, but a lot of things in the movie are accurate, and I thought he did a great job basically portraying how you have a big young prospect mixed with some old vets trying to hang around. You know, that's A-ball at the time. That's what you really deal with more at AAA baseball, even though the movie's set for A-League baseball. But at AAA, you have the prime prospects coming through, old vets that really don't want to listen to the child play and the goofy stuff that they have, and try to make them grow up and realize what they have to do to get better. And as time goes on, the younger guys, if they're smart, listen to the older guys and take the information and go and make their careers better.
This is the toughest job a manager has. But organization wants to make a change.
Where were you managing in 1988 when the movie came out? And were you surprised at all by its rise to fame?
I was actually, where was I in '88? I started in Durham that year, and then they had moved me up like May 23rd, and the movie came out in June. So I was not there when it came out, but I remember when I saw it the first time, we had a rain delay, or rain out of BP early. It had been raining all day. They called us, and it was getaway day, so we had to get out of the hotel rooms. The movie had just came out, so all the players and us, we elected to go to the movie theater in the afternoon and then go on to the ballpark since we couldn't practice. So pretty much the whole team went in and saw it all together. And like I said, a lot of the players knew a lot of the people that were in the movie, the bus driver, they had been in Durham or were in Durham, so it meant a lot more to the people that knew people in the movie and the story and had been in those places where they were showing in the movie.
Gee, come on, boy, come on. What's got him to do?
Well, he's wearing garters. and he's breathing out of his eyelids like a lava lizard. Old Mayan deal. Aztec, yeah.
I got an interesting story. At the Major League All-Star game in 1999 in Boston, I went up and they had me go up to throw batting practice to the National League Club the day of the Home Run Derby. Actually threw to John Jaha in the Home Run Derby that night, filmed live on TV. But the Sunday, the day before, they had the celebrity softball hitting challenge or whatever you call it, Matt Damon and him and all the stars, Jim Rice, Dewey Evans, and other actors and stuff like that. So they asked me to go in the cage. That started filming at 1 o'clock on the field in Fenway. So they asked me to go down in the batting cages to throw BP to all of them. Costner's one of the first guy, gets in, hits, everybody gets around, then he gets in about halfway, gets another round. So when the ESPN guys come in about 12:30, hey guys, we got to go, we got to get set up so we start this thing on time. He says one more round. So it's just me and him in the cage there, and I'm throwing, and the last pitch I threw to him, it was down around his knees, and he hit it really good in the cage. I said, man, and he was walking out. I said, you're a good low ball hitter. He said, what? I said, you're a good low ball hitter. He goes, wait a minute, throw me one up high. And I did, and he hit it pretty good, and he kind of went like that. Like I'm a good high ball hitter, too. I can hit everything.
Nuke's overthrowing tonight. Don't look loose. Anything bothering him?
He says his chakras are jammed. He's having trouble breathing out of his left eyelid?
Right eyelid.
Right eyelid.
When I watch the movie, it does remind me of you, kind of the way that you would sit in the dugout. Now, I know a lot of times now, because of the railings, managers lean over like we're doing now, but
well, Durham,
maybe even in the clubhouse, too.
Maybe lay back. I'd say somewhat like that. Probably the way I was in my office when me and Ron were talking, and during the games watching, I pretty much sat in that corner where in the movie the manager and the coaches were. It was pretty much that way at that time because we had a walk-in dugout without a rail, so not a real comfortable place to stand because it was only one step, I think, or two, but they weren't real short, which weren't comfortable when you kind of get in the leaning position, so you pretty much sat down the whole time.
Growing up in Uvalde, Texas, Smokies left-hander Brooks Raley knows all about baseball. Not just a game, but a way of life. His older brother played at Oklahoma, and his younger brother set to play at his alma mater, Texas A&M. Here's Roger Hoover with Brooks Raley.
At the front of any rotation has to be an ace, a pitcher who will consistently give his club 6 or 7 innings while matched up against some of the top talent in the Southern League. Early this season, left-hander Brooks Raley has occupied the top spot in the Tennessee rotation as he begins his second year in a Smokies uniform. While he began the year a few spots back in the rotation, Raley showed all the markings of being an ace against the Jackson Generals on April 14th at Smokies Park as he picked up the win in 7 innings on the mound.
Fast command, really. That's what I've been working on all off season, and getting ahead of hitters, that's so important, especially at this level. There's a lot of good hitters in the league. And, to definitely bounce back and get a win in the General Series was huge for us. Like I said, we've swung well at times, we pitched well at times, we're just trying to put it all together.
In 2011, Raley with the Smokies went 8-10 with a 4.22 earned run average in 25 starts, helping lead Tennessee to a North Division title.
A big moment for Raley came last season in the playoffs. With Tennessee trailing Mobile 1-0 going into Game 2, Raley provided the Smokies a solid start against the Bay Bears. He pitched 6 innings, not allowing any runs, only giving up 1 hit, giving his ball club a chance to compete.
Trying to get deep in the ball game, keep us in it. We had our chances there, they had theirs, and I was really hoping that series got to Game 5. I think I was going to get the ball again. So, that was definitely something that I built on from last season to this season. And in that big stage to be successful was nice.
Raley was drafted by the Cubs in the 6th round in 2009 after his sophomore season at Texas A&M, where he starred as a two-way player for the Aggies. But once he got to professional baseball, he had to give up playing center field.
And finally, when they took the bat away from me, and trying to learn as you got to grow up and you got to learn what's good and what works for you. And if you're not a power guy, how do you get people out and that kind of deal. So I've had some growing pains, and I'm still learning, but it's coming along.
For Smokies Insider, I'm Roger Hoover.
Hello guys, I'm Mariano Duncan, the Tennessee hitting coach. I want to give you guys a little tip about how I prepare every one of my guys before the game start. If you see me, I have some 2 bat in my hand. That heavy bat, that's like a 37 ounce, that I just try to make sure that those guys try to go there and warm up and get some swing about 5 or 10 swing, early before they go there and swing. And that little bat that I have in here, especially for those guys that have some problem, with the tap hand, they try to make sure that those guys get at the top of the ball all the time. I try to make sure that when those guys go to the cage, I put it at T so high like that and put a ball in here and let those guys get on the top of the ball all the time. And that way, when you hit the ball, you hit a line drive or ground ball. That's a great drill for anyone that they try to go there and learn how to hit the ball, how to take the ball out of the air. I'm huge with my guy that try to go there and use, the short bat. Try to use the one hand. And the way we do it, most of the time in here, when you use the one-handed bat, they try to make sure that hand, they can stay, in the top of the ball. And that way, when you come here and hit it, the ball go, bam. The ground ball is okay. I don't mind those guys hit a ground ball. But, if I see those guys in the high tee, and those guys get it and hit it and under the ball like that, there's going to be a fly ball. That's what is so important for those guys. They try to go there and hit a line drive and try to use, that small bat. They try to go there and hit a line drive. Let me see if I get a good one before I finish, okay? I just go in here. And the drill that I have with those guys, when you practice here in the cage, you have to approach everything in here the way you approach it again in the field. I don't want those guys that came here to have a different swing here and different swing in the field. Those guys, they try to work with me with the same swing like it's in the game. The way you practice, the way you play. And I just try to make sure that those guys understand that one. Okay, one more. Just here, one hand, and you just go here and ground ball. Now, if I use my two hand, look exactly what's going to happen here. I just use my two hand and there, straight to the ball, line drive. And maybe it's very easy to explain. I know it's hard to do it, but that's exactly what I do in the everyday base when I come to the cage and I'm working with my guys.
Now, if that doesn't help you raise your batting average at least 15 points, I don't know what would. Hey, I'm Mick Gillispie. Thank you for joining us on Smokies Insider. We'll talk to you next month.